January 2016, rapper B.O.B. or Bob or whatever put us in his Twitter account that everything we are led to believe is a lie and in reality the earth is flat. I'm guessing he missed the Illuminati meeting where they told their members to keep their secrets secret? Right? This is the series where I tell you a story, its subsequent theories and explanations, and then I let you make up your mind. A pretty controversial one this time, as I found out when researching the Mandela effect that there were still a lot of people believing in something I thought we passed off a long time ago. Is there any merit in the belief that the earth is flat? In Egyptian and Mesopotamian religions, Earth was a disk floating in a vast ocean. Several poets and philosophers in the ancient Mediterranean believed the Earth floated like a log in water, or touched the air above and extended without limit below. In ancient Hindu, Jain and Buddhist cosmology, Earth was a disk with 4 continents around a central mountain and surrounded by an ocean. Norse and Germanic peoples believed a world tree or pillar in the center. In ancient China, the heavens were like a hen's egg and as round as a crossbow bullet. The earth was like the yolk of the egg and lies in the center. Okay, they were trying to find order in chaos. At the end of the ancient times, the flat earth theory support declined, and the early Christian period, the spherical view continued to be widely held, with some exceptions. In high and late medieval times, the idea that earth was round like a table rather than round like an apple, and leading Islamic scholars denied the earth is round. Yeah, I always knew it. We are devolving rather than evolving. In the modern era, the flat earth hypothesis has been expressed by isolated groups, and in 1956 Samuel Shenton founded the International Flat Earth Research Society, and they have been gaining support ever since. So let's see what the hubbub is all about. Modern flat earth hypothesis says that Earth is a disk with an Arctic Circle in the center, and Antarctica is a 45 meter or 140 foot high ice wall that serves as a barrier and has guards from NASA to prevent somebody from climbing it. Flat Earth is protected by the firmament, a sky dome, and the sun and the moon circle its firmament at 4.8 kilometers or 3,000 miles above and are barely 51 kilometers or 32 miles in diameter. The stars are a little higher up. As for what's underneath, probably rocks. This sounds more like the Lego world I created when I was little. Furthermore, gravity is an illusion. It's just the Earth disk is pushed upwards at 9.8 meters or 32 feet per second squared by, dark matter. There is some disagreement between the flat earthers, however, if Einstein's theory of relativity will permit this upward motion indefinitely. And here I thought Einstein was an illusion too. Is there any proof for this at all? Well, apparently both the Bible and the Quran say the earth is flat. Moreover, trillions of dollars are spent on defense, record keeping and propaganda to tell you You are a worthless eater evolved from a monkey and not a child of God. That's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. So the government and NASA are lying to you. The government lied before about experiments on humans and the JFK assassination. So why not now? And NASA? Well, the moon landing looks so fake. And the photos from space, all CGI. Moreover, it would be cheaper to fake journeys into space than actually do them. And satellites? Have you ever seen them? No, but neither have I seen that God that the Bible speaks of so fondly. What about GPS? Well, it's not because a piece of technology says it's so. It is actually so. And the people that flew around the world? Well, they actually only flew around the Arctic Circle in the center. We already know space photos are faked, but what about photos taken on a plane? They look curved to me. It's allegedly the window of the plane that makes them look curved. And you know what? It kinda looks flat, doesn't it? If it was a globe, wouldn't you be able to see it? I wish I looked kinda flat, but it's all curves with me. And last but not least, the Bishop experiment. Monterey Bay in California is a relatively large bay. On a sunny day, it is possible to see across it. So if you would take a telescope and look across the water's surface, you should be able to see a bulge in the water, according to flat earthers. And of course you don't. There are supposedly bucket loads of evidence for a spherical Earth. But let's concentrate here on a few allegedly simple visual clues we can all see and experience. Let's start with ships and the horizon. If the Earth was flat and you would watch an approaching ship, it would simply materialize as if teleported. But if you look good, it emerges bit by bit, much like an ant on an orange wood. The same effect is experienced when you travel to the other side of the world. In a flat Earth, the star constellations would be the same, yet they aren't. Another visual proof for round Earth is that the higher off the ground you are, the more you see. And last but not least, put two sticks in the ground some distance apart. On flat Earth they would have the same length of shadow, but they really don't now, do they? They're probably just all glitches in a flat matrix. Actually, there is another visual clue. Aristotle already observed it in ancient Greece. During lunar eclipses, when the Earth is in between the Sun and the Moon, it actually casts a round shadow on the Moon. Those ancient Greeks, they didn't seem all that stupid now, did they? If you have ever traveled long distances in a plane, you will have noticed they can travel a long time in a straight line and not fall off the edges. Moreover, you can most of the time see the curvature of the Earth, but oh yeah, that was just the windows. So our planet is different from the rest. That is probably true of all planets, as they are all unique. But they have similar characteristics. In 1610, Galileo Galilei observed the moons of Jupiter rotating around it, stating they looked like small planets orbiting a large one. Hence, our planet is also round. Well, it's probably NASA going back into time to falsify records. If it's 12 noon at your location, the sun is in the middle of its cycle. This means that on the other side of the world, it is midnight and the sun is nowhere to be seen. This is basically because the Earth is round and rotating on its axis. If the Earth was flat, you would always see the sun like a spotlight, even if you were in the dark. That would actually be cool to watch, I think. Then there is gravity. If it is the same all around the world, which it is, the world would be curved around the center of it, like a ball. And if the world was flat, gravity would diminish the farther we went off the edge. But then gravity is an illusion and we're just moving upwards on a wave of dark matter. And then there are, of course, all those manipulated pictures from space and the faked space missions, part of a global cover-up that has been going on for more than 5 decades. Not to mention the staged GPS readings and the evil overlords of the Google Earth conspiracy. There is one more thing, the Bishop experiment. What about that? Well, apparently the early flat earthers misread the experiments, and from there on it started running its own course. I hope my personal opinion didn't come out too much on this one, although I'm quite sure it did. Whatever the case, the initiative is still in your hands. It is still you decide. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, slap a like on it and start a discussion war in the comment box. I'm sure this can be a long and hard one. I also have a vlog channel about my ordinary life, so if you have trouble sleeping, I can bore you to sleep. It's healthier than pills. I leave you here and I hope to see you next time. Bye!